Hey, you guys, this is Vanessa Morgan right here on Vamo Radio, and I'm here today interviewing owner and creator of Hypo Footwear and Apparel, Sal Coca, aka Hypo Sal. Hi, Sal.
How you guys doing? Good.
We're awesome. Thanks for asking. So, tell us about who Sal is and where you come from.
Well, I grew up in a little town in Wyoming called Laramie, Wyoming, about 2 hours north of Denver. And then, like, I was playing sports, doing the thing, doing the normal small town thing. Went to college, did all that. Kind of prepared me, I guess, for the journey of creating my own foot line.
Wow. Awesome. Okay. So, Sal, actually, where is Hypo based out of?
Hypo is based out of Denver, so we have offices and stuff in Wyoming, some storage facilities, but we have the main offices in Denver, Colorado.
Awesome. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So where did you get the idea to start up Hypo? Like, what inspired you to do it?
Well, I was always that kind of a sneakerhead my whole life, not in the sense of like of buying every sneaker, but just kind of the engineering, the design of it. I'd be like 5 years old, 6, 7 years old. I'd be in Foot Locker looking at every shoe, looking at the design and like, yeah, I mean, like, can I make the Nike sign should be smaller, or they should have made this strap bigger? And I just was always in my head. And finally, I got to the point financially where I had some equity. I was like, you know what? I wanted to change kind of career paths, and I was always interested in having my own line. And I just went for it. I had ideas in my head for a lot of years, and I just basically did what I had to do as far as with my old job and stuff like that, and just started the process of creating and designing and all that stuff. So it was always in my heart, in my head since I was a little kid. But it came to fruition really like 3 years ago when I really put the pen to paper.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool to know that you actually, started when you were younger and everything, and it became actually a dream come true.
Yeah.
So, Sal, in your own opinion, what is it like being an entrepreneur? Can you tell us?
It's awesome. I mean, it's the most liberating and self-fulfilling thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, it's like I was always one of those guys that I didn't like reporting to somebody. I didn't like having a job where I had to check in, and that's, I mean, that's the normal. That's what people do, and I'm not trying to diminish that or anything like that. But it's always the thing about the job is kind of like the harder you work in your own business, the more rewards you'll get, and it's just a more satisfaction because I don't look at it as work. There's nights where I'm on my computer till like 1 a.m, and it's like, wow, the time went so fast that you're like, but it's not work. It's just like it's awesome. I don't think you can get that feeling unless you truly experience it. But it can be exhausting a little bit, and you gotta sometimes you gotta work a part-time job as you're getting started to get to financially to pay your rent and all that stuff. But it's just something that I don't think even money can really give you that kind of self-satisfaction of just kind of having that freedom to work on your own company on your time, and just knowing that the rewards of the stuff you put into it will come back in the future down the road and stuff like that. So.
Okay. So, can you tell me what are Hypo's influences?
I grew up in the '90s, so a lot of my influences are from from like the Jordans of that era. It's kind of a small influence. Of course, I put my own little twist on everything and stuff like that. But it was I kind of grew up in that era when the Bo Jacksons came out, and the Jordans were really popular, and stuff like that. And then Fila was big, back then and stuff like that. So that's kind of the general influence you have, and you might see that a little bit, I guess, sometimes as far as the future designs. I didn't like what was going on about 10 years ago, I guess, with shoes and stuff like that. It was just too many colors and ways, and I was like, man, I didn't really feel it. I kind of wanted to, and that's what kind of encouraged me to do my own, is to kind of get back to maybe the influences I had, and you see that trend kind of coming back around with a lot of the simple, like the Nike Roches and the Adidas Ultra Boost. It's just more of a simple shoe with just a design that pops out and stuff like that. But that's kind of the era I grew up in, and kind of the influence that I have.
Awesome. So, Sal, what are the short-term goals for Hypo?
The short-term goals is just branding and getting the name out there. When we're gaining some momentum and stuff like that, we just want to keep spreading the word and the designs, and that we're a new company, but that we're going to be here, to stay. But just like I said, just kind of promoting, getting the brand out there, and getting to for people to see it, all over the world.
Sounds great, and the way I see the way it's growing as well, it's going to be pretty big. I know. I'm already sure of that, especially for a short-term goal as well. So Sal, who do you feel are Hypo's top competitors of today?
Our goals are big, so the companies that I strive to compete with are like a Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Puma. Those are the ones that I feel like I want to get to that level. So those are the ones that I look at as, even though I'm not nearly, I'm not on their level yet, but I look at that as kind of the genre of shoes that I want to get into. So that those are the ones that I look at as like, hey, that's the what you expect to be and compete with. And those are the ones that we look at. So Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Puma. You can throw in, there's probably a couple other, that you can throw in and out of there, maybe like Vans in some section of some style of shoes we're going to do. But so the big dogs, I guess, are the competition that we're looking for.
Awesome. Okay, Sal. So tell me, what celebrities are you interested in, like, representing your brand of Hypo's gear?
Yeah, we're interested in the kind of like the hip hop scene, and also like an athlete. So we're looking for probably up and coming ones, younger ones that have that kind of charisma, that have that not just staying power, but where they check all the boxes. They can cross over kind of to an athletic mold, to a lifestyle. So you look at guys like a John Cena, who's a WWE wrestler and an actor as well. He's an athlete. So guys like that is what we look for. That we could that would be willing to grow with the company, that check all the boxes. And stuff like that. So, we're interested in, and if we could, obviously we'd love to get, people like a Jennifer Lopez would be awesome, because she kind of that mold too. She's a dancer, actress, stuff like that. So we look at people that one day we could get that, not only that have like that charisma, but that kind of have that class, and they're classy, they would represent your company well. So we're looking for people of that mold. Obviously we're not on that level yet, but we're looking for people that kind of check all the boxes, that can cross culture, cross gender, check, that can appeal to the masses and stuff like that.
So Sal, what trends do you envision for the future of sneakers and fashion?
I think right now I like where the trend is. I think as far as fashion wise, I think that the clothes are going to start to get a little baggier now that they're really slim fit and they're real tight, like it was kind of in the 80s. Yeah. Like it was in the 80s and 90s were like, why I grew up, everything was baggy. So I see kind of, as far as fashion stuff start to get, maybe about a few years to get a little baggier as far as loose fit. And as far as shoes, I like where it's going. It's more of a simpler design that's kind of popping right now. It's not too many colors flashing. Right. So it's something like simple, maybe just with one kind of upper material, not a lot of different material, and then just uniqueness by the logo and stuff like that. But like I said, I see for the near future just a simple shoes that thicker soles for some reason, that the bigger soles are in right now and stuff like that. But that's what I foresee as far as the near future and stuff like that is simpler, but a little uniqueness maybe to the maybe how the logo is applied or where the logo is applied and stuff like that. So.
Awesome. So Sal, tell me, why would people want to work for Hypo?
Because I think we're a young up and coming company, and we're going to be here to stay. My dream for Hypo is not to just make some money and sell out to a bigger company. I want to compete with Nike, Under Armour, Adidas on a global scale, and I want people to really. I think people are going to enjoy coming to work for me. I want to create an environment where they have fun, and they really enjoy just showing up to work. They don't look at it as a job. They look at it as kind of a family atmosphere. And I'm a loyal guy. The people who help me out or with me from the beginning, I'll make sure they're taken care of and rewarded Because I think the best thing about a company is how you treat your employees. It's not so much how much money you make. If you treat your employees awesome with respect, they'll in turn run through a wall for you. You know what I mean? They'll work harder for you. They'll enjoy the atmosphere of the job. And for Hypo, I want the people to treat everybody with respect. You know, I don't want people to treat the custodians or the cleaning crew any different than they would do the CEO or me. You know, I want everybody to feel a part of the company, bring their uniqueness, their diversity, their creative, minds to us. And I think they'll enjoy it just for the fact that we're moving forward. We have long-term goals to compete with the big dog. That's not just, I mean, of course it's about money as far as, to have a successful business, you got to make money. Right. But I want people to really enjoy in the heart of the company, like the line staff, the designers, the marketing, to really get what they're worth, not just all the money go to like the CEOs and the vice president, all that stuff. I want everybody to enjoy in the success of Hypo.
Yeah, well, sounds good to me. I'm already sold, so the way you talking, I'm sold. I'm coming to work for Hypo, so. Right. So, what long-term goals do you have for Hypo? Like, where do you see Hypo in like the next 20 years from now?
The long-term goal is just as I just stated is to compete with the Nike. We want to eventually, the long-term goal for me is to get into the basketball field. I played basketball growing up, played a little bit in college. Because basketball, I feel like, is where everything filters down from, like shoes. You see the bigger companies that they market basketball, and everything filters from then. Like you get a LeBron James or Michael Jordan, somebody in the NBA to wear your shoes there. I think things will really explode. So that's our long-term goal, and our biggest goal is to get into the basketball market, because that's where I think the athletes are more visible and stuff. You can see the fate. In football they wear helmets and stuff like that, so it's a hard time to get that intimate relationship with them. But basketball, you see them, you see their shoes. You can wear basketball shoes just as regular sneakers, which a lot of people do. Right. So that's our ultimate goal is to get to there. But we want to do everything. I have thoughts and designs of designing college football uniforms, professional uniforms for the NBA, the NFL, the NCAA. Right. We see that. We want to get into a lot of streetwear down the road, and all, skateboarding, all that stuff down the road. We want to do everything, so our goals are big. I don't just want to, like I said, make some money and then, we're going to sell out to Nike or sell out to a big. I want to compete with them. I want to be true competition, true global brand, and do a lot of, like a charitable work along the way off the kind of scene and help a lot of people. So those are what we're looking to try to do for Hypo.
Wow, that's what's up. So that's awesome. So Tal, you gotta tell me, man, where can I go to get some of these shoes? Like, where can we buy the sneakers at?
Right now we're just straight to consumer. So we're on our website. It's hypocompany.com. So HYPO company spelled out .com. And like I said, there's a little discount code on there for you guys. And so that's where we're at. We're on Amazon as well if you search Hypo. But we're grinding, and in a few years you'll see us in Foot Locker, you'll see us, God willing, you'll see us Foot Locker, you'll see us Finish Line, all those stores. But right now, go to hypocompany.com.
Awesome. And so what are the Hypo social media handles?
We got for Instagram, it's hypo_co, or a Snapchat, it's hypo.company, and then for Facebook, it's Hypo Footwear and Apparel.
And what can people stay in contact with you?
On the website, you'll see where it says there's an email for info@hypocompany.com, or they can even we have a direct number that goes to our customer service on the website, or they can just message us on our social media handles, and we're pretty good at getting back to the clients and customers if they have any questions as far as they want anything about purchase order, or they want to do business with us. So we're pretty accessible. We check, everything pops up to, we're constantly getting, our messages we're quick to respond and stuff like that. So we should have no problem responding within, if not hours, minutes to a request and stuff like that. So.
Wow. Awesome. You guys, you have just heard it from Hypo Sal, a.k.a. Sal Coca of Hypo Footwear and Apparel. You guys, you got to check them out. Literally just Google, or actually you can go to their website right now and check out their apparel. You guys, you can buy you a pair of sneakers. Make sure you buy me a pair because I want some as well. So,
all right. Fair, yeah.
Sal, thanks so much for the interview, you guys. Once again, you can call in. Let me know how you think the interview went. The number is 224-409-7089. Let me know how you think it went. It'll also be up right now on vamo-radio.com. You can check out the interview again anytime. Thanks so much, Sal.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for listening. Thanks a lot, guys.